Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Go inside the Fieldhouse at Rangers Stadium for unprecedented access with Rangers coaches and players all season long.
Turnover for Smithson Valley.
Watch every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Game film breakdowns by Coach Hill and Brant Freeman. Senior moments with Emily. And learn the game the Smithson Valley way. And Ranger Radio is back. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. However, we are taking the term network to a whole new level. Our mission is to create a community network by joining Smithson Valley High School athletes, students, faculty, and families to local Spring Branch and Bulverde residents through rangersnetwork.com. This creates the most amazing marketing opportunity for local businesses that has never been available before. Right here, and right here, 24 hours a day on Rangers Network. Be a part of tradition, excellence, and success. Be a part of Rangers Network. Be a Ranger.
Tonight, Rangers Network is live with Smithson Valley High School Girls Varsity Soccer. It's a 27-6A opener as the Rangers put their 5-match unbeaten streak on the line against the reigning district champion Steele Knights. Rangers Network is your home for live Smithson Valley Girls Varsity Soccer. And welcome to Ranger Stadium on this Tuesday night. It is the 27-6A opener between Smithson Valley and Steele. Brant Freeman coming to you live here on the Rangers Network, joined by Ben Kapos. And Ben, you look at the 27-6A district, every sport, it seems like it is a gauntlet to run through. It is important for the Rangers to get out to a good start in district play, albeit against a powerhouse in Steele, the reigning 27-6A champs.
Brant, no gimmies in this district coming into Ranger Stadium tonight. According to the San Antonio Express News, the number 9 ranked team in the area and the Steele Knights. Also in this district, Canyon and Clemens ranked in the top 10. So if you're going to put the playoff cutoff line at 4 teams, there's 4 already in the top 10. Important for the Rangers to get off to a good start. They're carrying a lot of momentum into this ball game. Out of 4 of the last 5 games have been wins by way of shutout, and they've also outscored their opponents 14-7 in that stretch.
It is a 5-match unbeaten streak for the Rangers, and they have won 3 in a row. But a big test tonight. A year ago, Steele won the district, finishing in second place. Smithson Valley, the Rangers' lone 27-6A loss last year in the district opener against Steele. More pre-match coverage coming up on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley Soccer.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for HEB. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas produce department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium. A look right now at Smithson Valley's top player. That is Caitlin Bumgardner, a senior, one of the 3 captains on this team. A magnificent career here at Smithson Valley. Bumgardner, 52 career goals scored, 38 assists, and this season has 9 and 7 respectively. You think about star power for the Rangers, you think about Caitlin Bumgardner.
9 goals and 7 assists on the year already. And what I like about how Smithson Valley has positioned their team, they use 5 midfielders to give her the support. So clearly, when you're looking at from an offensive standpoint, they're only using Caitlin Bumgardner as their lone striker and 5 midfielders to help give her support, make sure they could give her a good ball and she could go to attack. And of course, in the midfield, you're looking at another one of the captains in Gabby Valdez too. I really like what Smithson Valley is doing in the midfield with that 5 midfielders. It's showing that type of tactics is paying dividends for them.
And now we'll look at the Rangers' starting lineup here tonight under 16th-year head coach Jason Adkins. You look up and down the roster for Smithson Valley and this starting lineup. And, Ben, I'm going to start in net. Maddie Cousins having herself a season right now.
You go back to that Round Rock tournament earlier in the year, only allowed 1 goal in the 230 minutes of tournament play. She's, we mentioned in the opener, 4 shutouts in the last 5 games. She's going to anchor that defense in the net.
And when you speak about some of the defenders on this team, Erica Martinez, one of the captains, no stats, no goals scored, no assists, but Ben, we know this. In this game, you don't need that to be effective.
It's a diamond look with the 4 defenders back for Smithson Valley, and although I gave you that stats and gave them credit to Maddie Cousins, who are in net, she really does rely on her 4 defenders in front of her and anchored by the captain, Erica Martinez.
Well, we mentioned head coach Jason Adkins. We had a chance to visit with him before tonight's match to preview tonight's 27-6A opener against Steele. Welcome back to Ranger Stadium. Smithson Valley opens up 27-6A play tonight against Steele. Joining us now in his 16th season as head coach here at Smithson Valley is Jason Adkins. And, Coach, you enter district play with a record of 5-1-2, a 5-match unbeaten streak, and you've won 3 in a row. How well are you playing entering district play here tonight?
I think we're playing pretty well. I mean, we went up to Round Rock, played 3 quality teams in Westlake, Cedar Ridge, and Dripping Springs, and did really well, kind of bonded as a team. And I think we're going to be good going into district. But this is a big game for us.
This is a veteran team for you, a team that finished 2nd place in this district a year ago and reached the 2nd round of the postseason. You look at the returning players, notable ones, Gabby Valdez, Caitlin Bumgardner. How good have they been for your program?
I mean, those 2 girls, plus, I mean, we got 11 seniors. I mean, 4 years out of that group. It's a solid group. Work hard every day, come in early every day. Last one's a leave. Senior group's really solid. So going into this year, 11 seniors, you expect to do well.
You do have a new goalkeeper this year, Maddie Cousins, starting for you in net. How well has she played?
Phenomenal. I mean, if you look at her stats this year, I mean, she's playing great. She's one of the top goalkeepers in the city. We had 2 senior goalkeepers last year. Both of them graduated, but we had Maddie on varsity, played her as much as we could last year to get ready for this year. I mean, she's just as good as those 2 seniors that we graduated last year. Solid in the goal. Can't expect or ask anything else out of her this year.
There have been some battles over the years between yourselves and the Knights. You're opening up 27-6A play against Steele here this evening. What are your expectations out of the matchup?
Well, it's huge. I think we've lost 2 district games out of the last 66 district games, and both of them been to Steele. And last year we lost them, and that was our only loss in district, but then we lost the district title last year. So it's huge for our girls to get back on top, get another district title under our belt, and restart the tradition.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
That against Smithson Valley head coach Jason Adkins joining us here. After the break, we have the start of tonight's match, the 27-6A opener between Smithson Valley and Steele, right here on the Rangers Network.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Uh-oh. Sorry?
Watch FX, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 527, GVTC. Just
Our modern and architecturally impressive building is more like an art gallery than a dealership, with an extravagant showroom floor and customer lounge. With over 500 vehicles in stock, we have the ability to deliver the best savings possible to meet your budget needs. It's our pleasure to serve you in New Braunfels and the surrounding hill country communities. The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels, you've got to see this place.
Have you brushed your teeth? Yeah! Did you brush your teeth? Yeah. Have you brushed your teeth? Yeah!
Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
When you're ready for a break, hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and it's hand-battered fresh so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never-frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
If you bake at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. You can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
So this is it, huh?
Yep, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Joe Pavelek, Jeff Shin, Alan Hill, Pat Bailey, Matt Hilson, Clint Haney, Cody Fuller, Eric Anders, Garrett Smith, Andrew Sendejo, Josh Adkins could have dressed in the soccer.
We got work to do, kid.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run, then we're gonna go, 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 go. We won't stop until we're across that goal line. This is the team they say is good. Well, I think we're better than them. So what do you say, man?
Let me give it a try. Making videos is not easy. It's confusing and it's hard work. Well, I'm here to tell you, when your back's against the wall, call Wick Productions. It's who we use for game night scoreboard production and the Rangers Network.
Amazing, Coach. Another perfectly executed shameless plug.
Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Go inside the field house at Rangers Stadium for unprecedented access with Rangers coaches and players all season long.
Turnover for Smithson
Watch
Valley.
every home and away game the day after, complete, and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football. Game film breakdowns by Coach Hill and Brent Freeman. Senior moments with Emily. And learn the game the Smithson Valley way. And Ranger Radio is back. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. However, we are taking the term network to a whole new level. Our mission is to create a community network by joining Smithson Valley High School athletes, students, faculty, and families to local Spring Branch and Bull Verde residents through rangersnetwork.com. This creates the most amazing marketing opportunity for local businesses that has never been available before. Right here, and right here, 24 hours a day on Rangers Network. Be a part of tradition, excellence, and success. Be a part of Rangers Network. Be a Ranger.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium, about ready for the start of tonight's 27-6A opener between Smithson Valley and Steele. We've seen a lot of great gridiron battles between these two in this stadium, and something that Ben and I were discussing before the start of the match tonight. It seems like every sport you look up, Steele is really good at it. A year ago, again, this soccer team under head coach Justin Linthicum won the 27-6A title. Over the past 9 years, Steele with a district record of 73-7-10. They have not lost a district match since March 4th of 2016 against New Braunfels. Maybe not quite the same team they were a year ago. The Knights have already surpassed their loss total from last year when they went 18-2-2. They're 5-3-2 so far this season, but again, there's pedigree there, Ben, and a program that has tradition. This is a big match for Smithson Valley tonight, maybe to make a statement.
And Brand, more to your point, one, this district's good at every sport. I mean, you can't go through the athletic schedule without saying district's going to be tough. But when you have buy-in like you do here at Smithson Valley and they do at Steele in your athletic program, a rising tide lifts all boats. You get great facilities, money comes pouring into the programs, and in turn, the return on investment is good quality on the field. And you know what? We know realignment is just a couple of days away, and UIL is going to do the shuffling, but just as long as Spring Branch is close to Church-Cibolo, you could almost bet that Steele's going to be on the schedule almost every year and possibly in the district.
Now, we highlighted some of the star players for Smithson Valley moments ago. Of course, highlighting Caitlin Bumgarner. For the Knights, their top goal scorer is Ariana Nelson, a senior, with 8 goals this year. Also has 3 assists, was a second-team all-district performer a year ago. And in net, look out for Crystal Pulaski, who had 2 saves in the Knights' previous match against Madison, allowing 1 goal. Has only given up 7 goals all year long. You get the sense, Ben, with the 2 players in net, the 2 defenses, this might be a low-scoring match this evening.
Well, you know, Brant, one, soccer's my first love. I love it dearly. And the knock on it for those that don't love the game as much as I do is where's all the scoring? Well, you know, tonight I could tell you they might be low scoring, but it's because of the talent that are in the nets. Tonight, Maddie Cousins for Smithson Valley and Crystal Pulaski for Steele. Just watching them go through warm-ups with their coaches sending rockets to the net from 20, 25 yards out. These 2 young ladies are up to the task in defending their net. You can see them diving around, doing a good job of getting the ball over the goal as well. And we are underway.
You can see in your picture right there only 1 yellow shirt. There are only 2 officials in the match tonight, and Ben, that could have a big impact.
Yeah, I think so. You're allowed to be aggressive in that scenario. There's no middle referee, so if you want to get this game a little physical and a little chippy, you could get away without that middle official. And then on the outsides as well, these 2 referees are going to try to keep these 2 offenses honest by calling offsides and staying with that last defender. However, with these 2 referees trying to move around and no center ref, the opportunity to get a good offensive set while sneaking in and offsides and not being called is going to be high tonight.
By the way, the Knights are wearing the dark jerseys here this evening. The Rangers in the home whites. And as Ben said, we are underway in the first minute, 0-0, as we get things going here in 27-6A play. Last year, the Knights beat the Rangers in the district opener, and the 2 later played to a tie in the season. The Rangers' only district loss came to Steele. These 2 teams finishing 1-2 in the standings a year ago. Centering pass deflected by the Knights. Back to Steele's back line. So now to the second minute, and neither team has a shot on goal yet. Now to the Ranger back line, and chasing it down is their goalkeeper, Maddie Cousins. Again, has only given up 4 goals the entire year, 5 shutouts in 8 matches she's played this season, and during this 3-match winning streak, 7 saves.
You get a sense, Brandon, that both teams just trying to feel each other out here for the first couple of opening minutes. You see a lot of long balls here between the two schools, not really making any attempts to connect their passes with more of a shorter 1-2 look. We're focusing early on that long ball.
Here is Ashley Dade into traffic. Trying to come out with it is Kaylin Smith, the team's second leading goal scorer this year with 4 of them.
And here's an opportunity here for Smithson Valley if they could hit Smith on the through ball. And I think they're just going to reset here.
This is Gabby Valdez. And no chance there for Smith to come up with the pass, and throwing it back in will be Pulaski from goal for the Steele Knights.
Yeah, they tried the reset on the far side. You could see Steele at the top of the 18-yard box trying to form a line and keep Smithson Valley onside. They had that ball into the center, but just no run here from the near sideline. And number 6, Juliana Anthon.
Rangers have kept it on this end now for about a solid minute or so. And we are 3 minutes in, still 0-0 the score. Here's Dade against Melanie Donate. Back to the Ranger back line, chasing it down. Here is Erica Martinez. And now Woods Cousins, the last line of defense, will send it away with the Knights in pursuit.
Yeah, this is a good play by Smithson Valley to get that full restart. You're kind of playing with fire here, but there was nothing going at the midfield stripe, so you got to work it in the back, get your goalkeeper involved, and reset offensively.
Here's Haley Smith, headed off by Steele. Knights looking for their first shot on goal. Trying to develop something right now. Day trying to chase it down. Her teammate is there first. Back towards center, and the Knights have it.
You know, Brian, right now it's kind of like if you've ever watched, as we get a foul here on the near side, it'll be a free kick here for Steele. But if you ever watch somebody do a Rubik's Cube, right now they're just trying to figure it out. You see a lot of turns going on, and you might be looking at it and say, well, what are they trying to do? Well, right now I think both teams are just trying to figure out, especially Steele. You've seen Smithson Valley connect a couple of passes on their last offensive push. We haven't really seen that from Steele. They're still trying to get a sense of what Smithson Valley's defense is offering them.
Free kick headed away by Smithson Valley. Steele will throw it in. Or no, they're going to say this is a Ranger throw in here. So Smithson Valley gets it back. Here in the 5th minute, still scoreless.
And keep in mind, stuff like that, you might lose a call or two down the stretch of who sent the ball into touch. There's only 2 referees, and at times those referees are not going to be necessarily close enough to the ball to make a correct choice.
Here's Dade again. Well, aggressive is Melody Datane there for Steele. A collision, and there's the whistle.
And we'll see where this is marked. Again, no referee. They're not going to run all the way down to try to mark it. So this is kind of communicating from, about 30, 25 yards away. But this will be a free kick from for Steele here in the attacking third.
And it's Ariana Nelson towards goal, and on a bounce picked up there by Cousins. Easy play for the junior goalkeeper.
They send McKenna Bassel in there on a run, the lone run, and the ball just maybe a yard or two ahead of her.
Again, looking at the record, Smithson Valley 5-1-2. Here at home, 3-1-1. Steele 5-3-2. All 5 wins have come on the road this year.
It's a dangerous ball right here. Smithson Valley has to gather. You don't want to let this turn into a corner kick situation, and that's a good play by Smithson Valley defensively. Just get the ball up and out and have your players come back and regroup.
And that was Julie Anthon, the sophomore, her second year on varsity, chasing it down to the corner. Boy, a near disastrous play there for Smithson Valley. Autumn Reneker almost got to it, and now the Rangers have a chance perhaps here. On the attack. Maybe a shot for the Rangers. There is a shot, but scooped up immediately by Pulaski. On the attempt there by Valdez, who got ahead of the pack. But right to Pulaski.
And I think that was Jessica Overstreet on the far side. Brandon, this is small soccer numbers on the jersey. We're in the press box, and that play developed on the far sideline. But I believe that was Overstreet on that on the left outside midfielder. I like what she did there. She had a one-on-one breakaway, but knew she didn't have the speed, didn't force it, draws it back, and what you end up is a good shot on goal from Gabby Valdez.
Boy, Steele's attackers really aggressive against Smithson Valley's back line here, and the Knights poke it away. Here's Feli Montoya. Centering pass, that's sent away by Smithson Valley.
You don't have enough here for Smithson Valley. You got to keep it back and let it develop.
The numbers in Steele's favor. Off a deflection, maybe a chance here for the Rangers. Caitlin Smith unable to get there, though, before Pulaski. Great job by her hustling out of net to get there just shy of that first line of the 18-yard box.
I love it when goalkeepers are aggressive like that, so kudos to Pulaski. We said the highly skilled goalkeepers in tonight's match, not afraid to come out, force that angle, and make Smith shoot the ball quite earlier than she wanted to. So Pulaski ball goes into no harm at the end, but she gathers it, and that's just a nice defensive effort by the goalkeeper.
Again, the two teams combined have only given up 14 goals this year. The Rangers only 5, outscoring their opponents 34-5 this year. Steele has only given up 9.
Yeah, I misspoke in the opening when I said it was 14-7. What it was is in the last 4 of the last 5 games when Smithson Valley's had these shutouts defensively, what a streak they're on. It's 17-0 in those 4 games that they've outscored their opponents. I mean, when you're putting 7 up on Uvalde, 5 against a good program in Dripping Springs, and 5 against Laredo United, it's a team that's solid defensively, but also knows how to put the ball in the net.
You heard Ben mention the win over Laredo United South 5-0 last week. Rangers have not played since then, as they have had a few days to get ready for this 27-6A opener. And something else Ben and I spoke about earlier is about the strength of the district. You look at the Express News' area top 10. 4 teams in it. Smithson Valley 3rd, Canyon 5th, Clemens 8th, and Steele 9th. A throw-in for the Knights. A lot of Ranger jerseys there. Not much of a chance here for Steele. A pass back towards center. Again cut off nicely by Smithson Valley's back line.
And here comes the counterattack, and just couldn't get it up to Caitlin Smith there. What you had for Smithson Valley, you had 10 players back defending against that throw in the defensive third, and then as the counterattack came, you saw the midfield starting to support, but just a ball that couldn't reach Smith out at front.
Here in the 10th minute, still 0-0 here from Ranger Stadium in the 27-6A opener. 1 shot on goal for each team. And there you have Montoya trying to find a seam to that Ranger back line. Nothing there. Rangers get it back.
Nice start and stop here by Valdez. She made some good work of that defender and a good through ball. Just couldn't find Overstreet.
Steele defender was back, and the Rangers will throw it in here from the far side of the pitch with 30 minutes remaining in the first half. By the way, the Rangers JV beat Steele earlier tonight, 2-0. And a lot of these Ranger players are going to be back again next year, although there are 11 seniors on the team, 11 juniors, 8 sophomores. They only lost 2 seniors from a year ago, but both of them goalkeepers.
Now Caitlin Bumgardner is in Grant here with the green shoes. They move her up to that striker position, and Caitlin Smith, who started up top for Smithson Valley, came back over to her wing position here on the near side.
You know whose name we haven't called yet tonight is Bumgardner's.
Just checked in. Now we know why.
Good takeaway by Steele, courtesy of Donate. But nothing develops. Rangers send it back.
It's a good defensive pick there by Sarah Cyphers, number 27. Able to move the Steele Knight player off the ball and avoid a penalty.
Action towards the 18-yard box. No shot, though for Steele. Sent away by Dade. Up ahead to Valdez. That pass for Smith cut off, but a Ranger teammate right there. 4 defenders back for Steele.
Yeah, you got to get numbers here if you're Smithson Valley. Smith's trying to get possession and just lost it. The midfield unable to come up in time to support. And there's we call that a professional foul there to kind of catch your breath a little bit and get everybody set back defensively.
You know this, Ben, having been a former high school soccer player yourself in district games, and a lot of familiarity, rivalries develop, especially between teams that are fighting for the top, as these two have in recent years. Things can get a little physical out there.
Mm-hmm. And you know, sometimes the knock on soccer is, oh, this isn't really a physical sport, but you're allowed to get away with quite a bit as long as you're making a play on the ball, as long as you're using your shoulder instead of maybe a hip or an elbow. If you could keep your arms down and really use your body, you could get pretty physical out there. And when it comes to district, no holds barred here. That's why I like playing goalie, Brand. A lot of those rules are designed to protect you from all that stuff.
An all-area goalie at New Braunfels, again, 3-year varsity player. And, Ben, the two goalies in our match so far tonight, not very busy between Cousins and Pulaski. Only really one true shot so far in the match, although the Rangers try to change that here when you're not very active there in goal. What's going through your mind?
You got to find a way to stay in the game. As Smith here, she's going to find Bumgardner's across.
Good pass, but it sails over the crossbar, and the Knights will throw it back in.
It could lull you to sleep, Brant, sometimes if you're not getting a lot of regular action. Now, luckily, there's enough of a threat in this ball game on both sides. Mm-hmm. The ball being able to make its way into the attacking third, where the goalkeeper is not dying of boredom back there. But that's something that you have to keep in mind when your offense and midfield are controlling the pace of play.
Bumgardner may be a shot here, but Pulaski again hustles to get to before Bumgardner can get a clean look. And we remain scoreless now in the 14th minute, 0-0 in the 27-6A opener.
I think Smithson Valley just finding just feeling out their opponent, trying to find places in that defense where they feel they could exploit that defensive line with some run-throughs. Again, more physical play there by Cyphers. I think she's going to get called for it this time, but that's the second or third challenge I've seen her make and moving players off the ball.
One of 11 juniors on this team. And the Knights a free kick from behind midfield. Right to a Ranger off the deflection picked up by Steele. Trying to weave through traffic is Reneker. And now the Rangers will toss it in.
Going back to this physical play, and we've seen a couple of hard challenges by Cyphers, but she's challenging with her upper body. And if you're a referee, you're more willing to make a quick call as the ball goes into touch for a throw. You're more willing to make a call if the challenge is made with the feet, slide tackle or an ankle clip or something like that. That's going to draw the attention of the referee. But anything upper body done with the shoulder, physical into a player to move a player off the ball, they're more than likely going to let that slide.
By the way, don't miss our next Rangers Network broadcast. Boys soccer is on the air next Friday, February 9th, as the Clemens Buffaloes come to Ranger Stadium to take on Smithson Valley. Kickoff is at 7:15 and pre-match coverage starts at 7 o'clock. Be sure to subscribe right now to receive the Rangers Network broadcast schedule. Rangers Network is your home for all Smithson Valley High School athletics coverage.
Langerlund giving chase here from that halfback position. And here's a threat if Smithson Valley could clear. Brandon, in that situation, if I'm goalkeeper and I see my player like that, I'm yelling out, clear, clear, clear. You got to get that ball out. A soft touch came to the outside. Steele had a chance to recover it and then turn out. I would be more in favor of sending that ball into the third row of the stands.
Well, maybe a shot here, but it sails over the crossbar. And again, not many clean looks, no corners yet in the game, no penalty kicks, nothing really clean for either offense for a chance to crack the scoreboard. Defenses, as we predicted, have looked pretty good so far.
And then one shot that really tested Pulaski in goal for Steele, and really haven't seen Maddie do too much in goal for the Rangers, but the constant threat has been there. A couple shots that have been wayside.
And we know this, too, watching the Knights in the pre-match warm-ups. If they get a clean look, this is a really impressive-looking team. There's a lot of great contact on the ball in the warm-ups.
They could hit the ball with pace. They could place the ball well into the upper 90s and low and away from the goalkeeper.
Again, this is a Steele team which won 18 matches a year ago, made their first ever trip to the region finals, winning the 27 6A district along the way, but a lot lost from last year's team. A combined 53 goals and 33 assists from their top 3 players, Giselle Kozarski, Andrea Cardenas, and Kaliha Callahan, also gone. Their goalkeeper from a year ago, Carissa Beauvais, allowed 13 goals all season last year. A lot for the Knights to replace.
There's a counterattack from Smithson Valley. Valdez, I think, is looking for Smith. Smith's going to have to gather here, Brandt. Wide open goal. Goalie came out. And the crash isn't there for Smithson Valley, and I think Steele's going to be able to clear. Good opportunity there for Smithson Valley. They had a nice break. They put the ball into space, able to draw the goalkeeper out. That's the downside, Brandt. One, you want your goalie to be aggressive, but the downside is if they come out and you're able to move the ball around them, it creates a lot of opportunities. You will be able to take advantage of an aggressive goalkeeper.
Yeah, the Knights' backline of defense did its job when Pulaski had to be pulled away from net. And now the Knights will get a free kick here. We're almost halfway through the first half, still no score. Goalie's not all that busy tonight. And here's a free kick for Steele. Right towards center, set away by the Rangers, by Cyphers. Fighting with McKenna Bassel. And the Rangers able to pull it away.
To say you got to find Valdez at some point. She's from that middle halfback position. She's kind of the linchpin. She's that main link in the chain that's going to link the defense to the offense. And especially when the ball is getting bogged down there by the touch line on the far side or maybe here on the near side, she's that main outlet.
And Valdez, a veteran player, third year playing varsity soccer now. 21 career goals, 20 career assists. As Ben said, Smithson Valley wants her to be heavily involved in this match. Now the Rangers a free kick here as we hit the 20th minute of the first half.
A real difference there is they call a foul there on Beauvais. And why they haven't called too many on Cyphers is Cyphers, when she challenges, she keeps her hands down. And that time, Beauvais extending out her elbow to keep away the Ranger player in pursuit. And the referee, even from a far way away, was able to call that.
Really nice pass, by the way, by Cyphers on that free kick. But nothing really develops here for Smithson Valley. Bumgarner, again, has not touched the ball a lot today. I have to imagine that's by design for head coach Justin Linthicum of Steele. And a rare touch of the ball here for Cousins. Sends it away. Goes off a Steele player. Saved in by Dade. And here's Smith. Out towards center. That pass taken away by Steele. Knights on the attack, but again, too many Rangers back. They lose it, though. Maybe a shot here for Steele. Centering pass. Here's a shot. Right there is Cousins on the save. Boy, Autumn Redeker. A tough hit there for Steele, but it goes off the two hands of Cousins, and this game remains scoreless.
Ball had some pace, as we mentioned, Brandt. That ball from 30 yards out, a well-hit ball, was traveling towards the upper corner, and Cousins able to shuffle her feet to get to that area. So there is a threat there from Steele. We saw it in pregame warm-ups. They're able to hit that ball and make the goalkeeper think, even from 30 yards away, this could come my way.
And now for the touch, the Rangers will toss it in.
I don't think they'll have a substitution from the far side. You know, it would help. Like what they had in the World Cup and FIFA games, you see those big electronic boards telling us who's coming in. Again, from the far side with those small numbers. I think it's 17.
Haley
Smith.
in
Haley Smith, yes.
Team's second leading goal scorer from a year ago is yet to score a goal this season. Scored 9 times last year in 2017. And that goes off of Steele's Delaney Schick with Bumgarner in pursuit. Day tosses it in. But Valdez was bracketed by 2 Knights, and Steele will send it away.
Here's a counter opportunity if Steele could get numbers. And now I think they'll elect to play it back.
Into the 22nd minute, still scoreless. 2 Rangers on the attack, but 3 Knight defenders are back. And again to the touch, and the Rangers will throw it in, trying to get something going offensively. Bumgarner trying to find an alley, but Steele not giving her one at all. And Pulaski gets it away from Smith. Dangerous there for Steele. But no shot for Smithson Valley. Here's Day to Bumgarner. She's looking for a shot. Instead of centering pass. Good defense there by Steele. Not giving the Rangers a clean look. Back come the Knights.
That was a good thought, though. You were kind of at a bad angle for Bumgarner. You knew that any shot on goal was a low opportunity there percentage-wise, so you go with the cross. Overstreet was there. You just got to give credit to the defense sticking with Jessica not letting her turn around.
And there again is Cousins in the orange goalie jersey. Ben, we mentioned your credentials. What was the color jersey you wore in net?
I had a gold replica Mexico national jersey as my kit. My senior year, my junior year, I went for the Argentina look. So was black with navy blue, what's that? The baby blue, kind of UCLA blue and gold. And
so obviously the player uniforms, that's up to the team. But is the goalie jersey color at the player's discretion?
Well, you are held hostage by whatever jersey the referees are going to wear. They don't let you. So you have to travel around with 2 or 3 different options. And then, of course, if you follow international soccer, especially back in the 90s, Mexico had this great goalie, Jorge Campos. And so I had also his flamboyant line of goalie jerseys only because it had Campos on it.
Reneker had a big shot earlier in the half. Another shot here, but Cousins right there. Not nearly as dramatic as her first shot from 30 yards away.
No, but goalkeepers have long memories, Brant. And so right now, if I'm Maddie Cousins, I'm thinking to myself, this is 2 shots I've taken in from over 25 yards away. So if you see Steele look like they're trying to set something up from that range, you also have to keep in mind this player just might pull the trigger and test me. And when you're on the high school level, one of the strategies is just test the goalkeeper. Send this in. Maybe they'll mishandle the ball, and we could come in and crash. So you have to be on alert, especially against this SEAL team that's shown its ability to crack the football or the soccer ball from 25, 30 yards away.
Well, big collision there 30 yards away from the 18-yard box. And this is going to be a free kick for Steele.
Now, this is a set-piece opportunity here. We were just talking about the powerful legs that Steele has. You don't necessarily need to get this on goal. You could get this into the 6-yard box or deeper towards the penalty mark.
Almost a scoring chance there for Steele. Great play by Cousins coming out of the 6-yard box to scoop it up. And this game remains scoreless, but boy, Smithson Valley there may have dodged a bullet.
And you knew that shot might have potential to get to the goalkeeper, but they just wanted to serve that into space and allow on the runners to make a play on a ball. Cousins does a good job of cleaning it up.
Here's Valdez battling with Sierra Beauvais, who again, her older sister was Steele's goalkeeper a year ago. Beauvais in her own right, pretty good player at midfield for Steele this year. Here's Dade. Smith with a pass that's headed away by Steele. Mishandled there by the Knights. Smith with a pass to Bumgarner. Maybe something develops here. Bumgarner still with it. Battling with Delaney Schick. And Schick able to take it away.
It's a good pick there by Steele defensively. I thought Caitlin held the ball a little bit too long. She had Gabby Valdez screaming on a through ball opportunity. Didn't hit her. And Steele was able to get the ball away from danger.
But really only one true shot on goal so far for Smithson Valley. Steele has had a couple. Bumgarner's back, but so are 4 Knight players. There's not much developing for Smithson Valley's offense so far. Here's Valdez. She could get something going. Try to take it towards center.
Nice step.
Good pass to Bumgarner, but again sent away. Valdez sticking with it, trying to fight through 2 Knights, and Steele comes away with it again. Here's Dade playing a bit aggressive for Smithson Valley. And Reneker finally able to send it the other way, but Dade deflects it. And now the Knights send it in from the touch. As we hit the 13-minute mark. 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Still no score here in the 27-6A opener.
And from what I'm seeing from Steele, as we get a Steele substitution, it's going to be one of their forwards up top taking a breather. But defensively, Brand a flat back. Their 4 players straight across the width of the field. That's going to create lanes that Smithson Valley could pass through and then get a player to run into space. So even though Smithson Valley at times might not have the numbers, they would have the ability to put the ball into space and let their offensive player make a play on it.
Bumgarner's shot scooped away by Pulaski. Didn't get a clean look. Again, defended well by Schick, who's been in her back pocket the entire first half. Great defensive strategy so far by Steele, again, Smithson Valley's top goal scorer. And now the Knights going to get a bit aggressive here, but that pass not even close. And Cousins will toss it in.
Yeah, I think at some point, if you're Smithson Valley, you got to think about using Bumgarner as a distributor and not your attacker. If you're going to get a man mark, a player on player right in her back pocket, use her as the distributor into space and have a player like Gabby Valdez or Overstreet make a run into space. And then use Caitlin to then distribute.
By the way, the entire 27-6A district is in action tonight in the district openers. So look at that schedule here in just a bit. Steele trying to get something going here. Unable to. Look at that schedule. Canyon with the best overall record at 7-2, hosting Wagner. The Thunderbirds 4-5-1. And a near chance there for Steele. Smithson Valley's back the line, able to send it away. East Central is at Clemens. The Buffaloes are 6-3 after non-district play. The Hornets are 5-3-1, and Judson at 3-4-1, hosting New Braunfels. How was the girls' program in New Braunfels been when you played there?
Well, very good. Always making the playoffs. A threat to, go three rounds deep and threaten to make a play on the state tournament appearance. And, I was there at the time of legendary coach Al Dressen, who was the women's coach or the girls' coach there at New Braunfels. And it seemed like every year they'd have a player that would break the scoring record of the player that broke it the last year. It was just a time at New Braunfels where there was a big collision there.
Boy, going in there for Steele was Beauvais, but this call will go in favor of Smithson Valley.
Very physical play there, no card shown, and you get a formal warning here from the referee just to tone it down a little bit as he sends a message to that Steele player on the far side that no yellow card to be shown, but I think perhaps the next one we might see some plastic.
No cards administered so far tonight, no corner kicks either. Very few shots on goal, a very defensive first half. Now here in the 31st minute. Here's Dade off the back line. Up to Valdez. Takes it towards center. Back to her right. Able to get by Beauvais. Attacking center again. Pass, though, again deflected by Steele right in the lane of Valdez. Headed away by Smithson Valley. Rangers keep it on this end, trying to find something offensively. Not many clean looks tonight.
Oh, nice.
They have some numbers here. Here's Valdez. Has Dade. Still sent it her way.
Oh, good move.
Dade with the pass.
Here's an opportunity.
The shot by Smith. Off target. One of the better scoring chances so far tonight by Smithson Valley. Love to see that aggressiveness from Coach Adkins' team.
That they were able to find the hole there, and it's done in a weird way, Brant. That ball was sent cross, but what Caitlin did there, Smith, played it off her thigh and then moved it into space, and that kind of sudden movement of the ball caught the defenders off guard, and he had an opportunity there just at a tight angle, couldn't push it to the back post.
Bumgarner in the green shoes trying to chase it down. That pass towards center, deflected, shot by Smith again, off target, and the shot there off the deflection also misses wide for Smithson Valley. Now the Rangers getting aggressive here against Steele.
And and I alluded to this a little bit earlier, Brent. Just put the ball in the area. Take a shot on goal. Oftentimes on the high school level, that ball does get cleared cleanly, and you're left if a player could run in and crash down on the area. You'll be surprised what kind of bounces your way, and you'll be able to get a goal that way.
Well, that pass just over the head of Bumgardner. Again, two great scoring chances there for Smithson Valley on shots by Caitlin Smith, the team's second leading goal scorer this year. Both just a bit wide, and then Nora Langerland had a chance off the deflection, but also missed. Still, strong play by Smithson Valley here as we approach halftime. Back towards center. Good pass up to Valdez. Smith. Out to Langerland. Deflected by the Knights. Day trying to chase it down for Smithson Valley. And their whistle finally comes as Dade was in a tussle with Montoya. And the Knights are the ones who are going to be sitting it in from the touch.
You could see the urgency of Dade there. She's coming back from her defensive back position, helping and supporting the offense. But when she lost leverage on that, you could see her battling back, trying, because there was not a defender back to replace her. And if that ball would have been turned cleanly by Steele, they would have had a numbers advantage and counterattack opportunity.
Good play there from the far side of the pitch by the Knights. Looking for a shot on goal. Rangers do have 5 defenders back, and they'll send it away.
Excellent defensive pick there by Haley Smith, finding the space between the player with the ball and the ball, able to sneak in there on a bad touch, and then able to get it to a player outside instead of just a big clear.
More contacts between these two out towards the corner. And Steele might have a decent shot here at cracking the scoreboard as we have hit 6:05 to go in the first half.
I think they'll use a set piece that they might use for a corner kick, but now at this angle, you're able to put a very clean shot on goal. This is a very dangerous opportunity here for Steele.
Reneker's pass. Not much of a look there for Steele. Good job by Smithson Valley's defense. Now Valdez trying to get something going the other way. Trying to get through 2 Knights. Valdez still with it. Reneker takes it away. Day keeps it in play. Valdez again got right by Reneker that time, trying to look for Bumgardner.
Little 1-2 game between Valdez and Bumgardner. I would have liked that ball to go into the center, bring more of the field into play there. They're trying to do that game, and I like it with the personnel just on the sideline.
Haley Smith with no teammate home. Steele attacks the other way. This is a 4-on-4.
Watch the through ball.
No shot, at least for the time being, for Steele. Good play here, though, by the Knights. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Casey Peak with a very physical challenge. Moving the ball, able to draw contact to the ball first, and then the body, and the referees say play on to that. So that's a good defensive play there by Casey Peak.
Into the 36th minute as the Rangers make a sub, and out of the match is Caitlin Smith for Smithson Valley.
And Brady, you could just see over the past 10 or so minutes, both teams now being able to connect passes and then connect the defense through the midfield up to their attacking players. It's a lot different style of play than when we saw in the first 5 minutes when both teams were kind of complacent to use the long ball.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a Steele free kick here, and I think if I'm Steele, I would set up some type of set play that puts this ball at least into the 18-yard box.
This is 50 yards away from net towards center. Good defensive play made by Smithson Valley. Steele staying with it. Dade trying to send it out of there. Cannot. Here's Reneker with the pass. Good move with the open pitch by Nelson. Able to find a teammate. This is Eichenhorst. And that goes away pretty quietly there for Steele. A lot of action, no shots on this trip down for the Knights.
I like what Smithson Valley does here, and you've seen it out of a couple of goal kicks, not electing to use Cousins to launch the long ball into the middle of the field. You get it to your outside wings, whether it's Dade or Mendoza on the outside or Peak. You're going to let them start the flow from the back of your defense, carry the ball through connections through your midfield, and then hopefully up to the attackers. It's a lot better playing that possession football or soccer as opposed to sending the ball deep and kind of hoping for the best.
All right, Ben, what are we looking for here out of the final 2:40 of the half for Smithson Valley?
Well, I like the way Smithson Valley has approached this game and connecting the soccer ball with their passes has been great. I think if I'm Smithson Valley, I got to find a Gabby Valdez. Now, we highlighted the play of Caitlin Bumgardner because you look at the stats and she's the one putting up the stats. But I'm telling you, this soccer team rolls through the foot of Gabby Valdez and her ability to make good passes, whether to the right or to the left, and connect the defense to the offense.
Smithson Valley only scored 2 goals in the 2 meetings against Steele last year, both scored by Bumgardner. Here is Valdez. Bumgardner ahead of her, but Steele again plays really good defensively. Day trying to save it to stay on this end of the pitch. Final minute 45.
Smithson Valley holding the edge right now with the possession. If they could just keep working it around. Let's not get too antsy here with a minute and a half. You still have a lot of time to work this ball around, find your passes, work your through ball, work your square, work down the line is a nice thought there into Bumgardner. If he could keep it here.
Bumgardner trying to take it away and does from the corner. Here's a centering pass. Not really a shot there for Smithson Valley. He's in traffic. Pulaski comes away with it. Valdez nearly had a shot there, but just too much congestion out around the 6-yard box.
It was a bad touch that ultimately popped the ball up into Pulaski's arms. Still a lot of time here with just under a minute.
Well, really good defensive play there by Smithson Valley's back line as we saw Steele in pursuit there for maybe a shot. And now on the touch here, throwing it in about a good 25 yards away from net. But right to Dade.
Just clear it at this point, yeah. If you just want to wind down the clock right now, just big, deep balls to the corner, out of bounds, just run as much clock as you can, and let's get into the half. I think that's the strategy now with just under about 20 seconds.
Bumgardner chases it down. Now trying to outrun her defender, Schick, who can just play Bumgardner really well all night. One more toss in for the touch. Should do it here in the first half. And that is it for the first half of play here, the 27-6A opener. Ben and I previewed it coming into the match tonight. This one features 2 really good defensive teams, and lo and behold, Ben, that's what played out here in the first 40 minutes.
You look at it at 0-0 here at the break, and you might think, well, there wasn't any scoring. There were a lot of scoring opportunities there, Brandon, and I could tell you as a former goalkeeper, there was a handful of situations there in that first half that got my heart beating a little bit and would have got me with what we call happy feet back there in the goal. You getting ready to make a move on a ball. Now, for the most part, nothing really happened, but I could tell you, when you really look back at how that first half unfolded, you got 2 good teams that put a pretty good effort in front of this crowd here in the first half, and I think we're going to see the same here in the second half.
Again, your score 0-0, Smithson Valley and Steele. Halftime coverage coming up on the Rangers Network. This is Smithson Valley High School Soccer.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Go inside the fieldhouse at Rangers Stadium for unprecedented access with Rangers coaches and players all season long.
Turnover for Smithson
Watch
Valley.
every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football, game film breakdowns by Coach Hill and Brant Freeman, senior moments with Emily, and learn the game the Smithson Valley way. And Ranger Radio is back. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. However, we are taking the term network to a whole new level. Our mission is to create a community network by joining Smithson Valley High School athletes, students, faculty, and families to local Spring Branch and Bull Verde residents through rangersnetwork.com. This creates the most amazing marketing opportunity for local businesses that has never been available before. Right here, and right here, 24 hours a day on Rangers Network. Be a part of tradition, excellence, and success. Be a part of Rangers Network. Be a Ranger.
And we are back at Ranger Stadium. 0-0 our score here at the first half, or at halftime, between Steele and Smithson Valley in the 27-6A opener. Well, some news to pass along. The Smithson Valley Aquatics team won the 27-6A district championship over the weekend. The girls team topped Clemens, and the boys team brought home their honors over the Buffaloes and Knights as well. Some of the highlights from the district meet. The boys won the 200-yard medley relay and individually. You look at what some of the Ranger swimmers did. Senior Katie Mansker won the 50-yard freestyle. Fellow senior Connor Klinkseek won the 50-yard freestyle as well. A couple of juniors also took home district titles. Jacqueline Howell won the 100-yard butterfly, and Mackenzie Hamlet won the 500-yard freestyle. Again, a very successful trip to the 27-6A district meet for Rangers swimming. Here are some of the highlights from this past weekend's meet in the Rangers championship showing.
Welcome to the Rangers Network. 24-hour-a-day access to news, game replays, original shows, live game night radio coverage, and more on rangersnetwork.com. Go inside the fieldhouse at Rangers Stadium for unprecedented access with Rangers coaches and players all season long.
Turnover for Smithson
Watch
Valley.
every home and away game the day after, complete and the way only the Rangers Network can bring it to you. Never miss an episode of Inside Rangers Football, game film breakdowns by Coach Hill and Brant Freeman, senior moments with Emily, and learn the game the Smithson Valley way. And Ranger Radio is back. Listen to all the games live on your smartphone with our exclusive live scoring screen. Rangers Network is your media hub for everything Rangers. However, we are taking the term network to a whole new level. Our mission is to create a community network by joining Smithson Valley High School athletes, students, faculty, and families to local Spring Branch and Bull Verde residents through rangersnetwork.com. This creates the most amazing marketing opportunity for local businesses that has never been available before. Right here, and right here, 24 hours a day on Rangers Network. Be a part of tradition, excellence, and success. Be a part of Rangers Network. Be a Ranger.
If you bank at Frost, help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Hometown is about community. I'm Erin.
And
And I'm Ben.
We're focused on making every home feel personal. Use the gift you have to make your place better. Get up and do it.
And this is our hometown.
All new Hometown, Monday night at 9, only on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 578. GVTC, just plain smart.
All new on Travel Channel.
I'm Andrew Zimmern, and we're showcasing the unique cuisines that put the tastiest locations on the map. From hot spices in Asia to mouth-watering flavors across the Americas. These destinations are so delicious, they're iconic.
All new Bizarre Foods Delicious Destinations, Tuesday at 9 on Travel Channel.
Watch Travel Channel, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 577. GVTC, just plain smart.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels. An architectural impressive building is more like an art gallery than a dealership. With an extravagant showroom floor and customer lounge, with over 500 vehicles in stock, we have the ability to deliver the best savings possible to meet your budget needs. It's our pleasure to serve you in New Braunfels and the surrounding Hill Country communities. The all-new Nissan of New Braunfels, you've got to see this place.
I've never done anything like this before.
You're scaring me, lady!
How about I just make him perpetually shirtless?
Watch Lifetime, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 561. GVTC, just plain smart.
Down in Texas, modern-day prospectors are making big bucks flipping houses. But before they can cash in, they gotta move them. Hauling homesteads and kicking asphalt. All new Texas Flip and Move, Friday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY, GVTC, Digital Cable Channel 126. GVTC, just plain smart.
Snoring, sleep apnea, teeth grinding, time tiredness. It's time to solve the problem. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summerhill Dental are right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community and can help you stop snoring without the use of loud, uncomfortable machines. Summerhill Dental is your partner in getting a better night's sleep tonight. Our appliances are a proven solution to stop snoring and sleep apnea. No CPAP, no surgery. Log on to summerhilldental.com or call Dr. Bayless today.
All it takes is one wrong move. People start dying. We're digging in.
I've got you for the rest of your life. Men like us.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium, ready to start the second half. A scoreless first half, 0-0, as we get things underway. Again, the Rangers, the home team, wearing the light jerseys here tonight. The Knights, the visiting team, with the dark jerseys here in the 27-6A opener. Brant Freeman, Ben Campos on this Tuesday night on the Rangers Network. And Ben, again, the first half, all defense both ways. Not a ton of saves for the two goalies. They did have some action, but really the back lines for both teams really good.
And if you're Steele, I think we saw the defensive strategy, put a defender in the back pocket of Caitlin Bumgardner and not allow her to make her runs or force her to kind of play the game with her back to the goal. And that's just a good defensive effort. And for Smithson Valley, a strong back line with Cousins and Erica Martinez, and Ashley Dade had a pretty good first half there. We called her name a lot.
You heard Ben mention the defensive strategy against Bumgardner. Delaney Schick really had that assignment the entire first half. She's there at the back line wearing number 3 for Steele, trying to chase this down, and Pulaski out of goal. And now the Rangers, boy, had a near shot there with not many Steele Knight defenders back. And Steele gets away with one there.
Again, an aggressive goalkeeper in Pulaski going out there trying to cut the angle. But, I used to do that a lot too. I was really aggressive just like Pulaski, and my coach would tell me, if you go out, you better come back with that ball. And you just saw what could happen if they don't. And here we go, an opportunity for Smithson Valley with the corner kick.
Our first corner tonight.
In sweeping ball.
No shot on the pass.
Still not out of danger. You could do something with this here. As Peak will watch it go out, I think it's going to be another corner. It is.
So, again, no corners in the first half, and here we are in the second minute of the second, and the Rangers about to get their second corner kick, this time from the opposite side.
If I'm a goalkeeper, the first thing I do is I see, is this right-footed or left-footed, and it looks to be a left-footed approach here from 27 Cyphers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to swing away from the goalkeeper.
Again, no shot for Smithson Valley off the pass.
Can they keep pressure here is going to be the question. It goes out to touch for Smithson Valley. They could still keep everybody kind of crammed into this offensive third.
And we saw quite a bit of pressure by the Rangers on this side of the field towards the end of the first half. The much more aggressive team as we approached halftime. Dave from the touch with the toss in.
Oh, excellent move. Here's an opportunity.
Bumgarner with the pass. Sent away by Steele. Reneker with a really good play from the Knights. Day trying to keep it alive, and now the whistle blows. And Steele will get a free kick the other way. So Smithson Valley stays on that end for quite a while. 2 corner kicks, a centering pass to Bumgarner, but no clean shot, and we remain scoreless.
Yeah, ball a little too hot for Caitlin. She had it, ran about 8 yards away from goal, and that's what you were looking for, just unable to get it cleanly and get a good shot on goal.
Meanwhile, still looking for a shot here. A lot of Ranger defenders, though, are back. And now Steele will throw it in. There's Emily Mower. Into traffic. And Mower again to toss it in for the touch.
Good physical play here by Mendoza. She gets it cleared out on a header as well.
Out towards center. Reneker, she's been busy tonight. Sent away by Smithson Valley. That was Casey Peak, one of the 3 team captains.
I think Steele is going to be very content here, Brant, to shoot and crash, get shots from 30, 35 yards out, and then hope that the ball bounces your way, or you can make Cousins make a deflection instead of a clean save, and then you send other players in to try to clean up the trash that's out there.
In the 5th minute of the second half, Bumgarner trying to get ahead of the pack, but played well back by Emily Bailey, the sophomore defender.
Now that's a term we use in the defensive side of the ball. And any loose ball in front of the net, that's trash. You got to clean up the trash and get it out of there. So offensively, Brent, you're trying to create those trash opportunities.
Peak with the free kick, looking for Bumgarner again, but can't get there, and Pulaski scoops it up for Steele. This is a big week, by the way, this week in high school athletics here in the state of the UIL. District realignment will be announced on Thursday, February 1st. Will these 2 remain in the 27-6A district together? Many believe that won't be the case. Potentially, Smithson Valley could go a bit north of perhaps San Marcos and Hayes and Lehman, which has been a district before, staying with their Comal County schools such as Canyon and New Braunfels. Is this the last of the Smithson Valley Steele pairing for a few years? We'll find out Thursday.
You never know, Brant. I think the trick is try to get Smithson Valley and Canyon tied together, your Comal ISD schools. Steele is just as far away from Canyon High School as San Marcos is, and then how much further do you go north? As you mentioned, the teams from Hayes ISD as well. So the pendulum could swing up north. It could keep kind of the district that Smithson Valley's been in. The only change last time was the addition of East Central. So who knows how all that plays out.
I don't think the Rangers would be disappointed by seeing Steele go away. As we spoke about earlier, it seems like the Knights are so good at every sport. Mm-hmm. You look right now at basketball, both teams ranked in the top 25 of the state. In fact, Steele's girls at one point ranked second in Texas in the state. This soccer program, the girls soccer program, last year was one win away from the state tournament, making the region final. Last year going 12-0-2 in district play. And again, over the past 90 district matches, Steele's record 73-7-10.
It was kind of panic over there at Steele at the beginning of that football season with that slow start they had, and lo and behold, they almost make it to the state tournament. You know, just no matter how it goes for them, there's a lot of talent in that Cibolo area. Of course, I think they call it the largest, San Antonio's largest suburb, and in terms of population, and then they're proud of that. It's a booming place population-wise, and with that, you're going to get influx of high school athletic talent.
A large talent pool.
Yeah.
Smithson Valley looking for a shot. Here is Bumgardner, and the Rangers are on the board. Caitlin Bumgardner with the goal right by Pulaski, and what a start to the second half for Smithson Valley.
They had a defender in that back pocket of Caitlin, but Brant, what you saw there was the clean ability to turn the round and keep the ball in front of her. Oftentimes we've seen her make the move for the ball, move from the back facing the goal with the turnaround, but she's often lost control, or there's been a nice defensive pick, or the ball's come in a little bit too hot to handle. That time everything aligned. She's able to shake free of the defender and a nice little toe poke into the corner.
In the 18th minute of the second half, the Rangers cracked the scoreboard courtesy of Caitlin Bumgardner's 10th goal this year. In her career, her 53rd. You know, Coach Adkins has said before that every team has to have that one player on their team, and Bumgardner is that for the Rangers.
And, Brandon, that's just goal scoring. And as I see everything kind of set up, I really think that the majority of what we've seen from Smithson Valley has been set up by Gabby Valdez. But here we go. We get a score, and I don't think Gabby was even involved. But nonetheless, you could see her as she gets the throw in here from the far sideline. She's really the architect of all these scoring opportunities, and I think the benefactor has just been Caitlin with the ability to find the net.
Finally able to wiggle free from Schick, who again has been in her back pocket the entire match. Bumgardner able to wrestle it away and scores the game's first goal in the 18th minute of the second half. Rangers now perhaps looking for more. It's Bumgardner again, centering pass, but nobody home. Or no, the Rangers able to sneak it away. But now Steele able to send it back towards mid-pitch. Here's Dave on the far side. Centering pass taken away by Reneker. And here comes Steele.
Watch this overlapping run. Oh, that's just a little bit behind her. If that ball is led maybe 2 feet in front of the player here, I think she really could have had an opportunity, but Smithson Valley able to clear, and Cousins got to get a big boot into this. Wisely plays it out over here to the near side. Very calm, as you could see that. But Brant, I panicked as a goalkeeper. I think I get that ball. The first thing I'm trying to do is clear it out, but she gathers it very calmly and gets it out, and what you have is an organized clearing of the ball, and a quick opportunity here into the attacking third.
Well, look at the hustle there by Bumgardner. Her defender out in front, Indira Cihelis, was a good 10 yards ahead of Bumgardner, but able to make up that ground, forcing this tossed in from the touch. Smithson Valley, though, doesn't get much out of it, but to keep the pressure on there in Pulaski, she has to be thinking about the potential of a scoring opportunity there for the Rangers.
And she already has a blemish on her sheet tonight, letting in that last goal. So all things considered, now you're weighing, what did I do wrong on that one? Was that my fault? Was it the defender's fault? How do I communicate with my defenders now? We know what the game plan is. You can't you got to make Caitlin Bumgardner play with her back to the goal. When she gets the ball, you can't let her turn, and that's how the goal was created. So all those things leading up to this previous attack are compounded because of the goal by Caitlin. And now as a goalkeeper, you start thinking about those things.
The Rangers with 5 shutouts this season after 13 a year ago. And since the 2014 year under Coach Adkins, 59 shutouts for the Rangers. Shutting out Steele right now, 1-0 here in the second half in the 11th minute.
Brandon, I had mentioned in that first half how aggressive Pulaski had been coming out and really forcing the issue. We saw that early, almost the same opportunity, but you had Smith turn to take the shot, and Pulaski was there. As here is another opportunity. Pulaski comes out and makes the save this time. And, Brant, what I was trying to allude to on that goal, you saw Pulaski stay back towards her line and not come out. And all of a sudden that goal got a lot bigger for Bumgardner to poke it into the corner. Here, I think Pulaski realized what her mistake was. Another opportunity, free Ranger in the box, and she comes out to challenge.
Boy, a near point-blank look for Julia Anthony, the sophomore. They're wearing the red shoes, but a good play by Pulaski, trying to make up for the goal given up earlier in the half. Rangers have been by far the more aggressive team here since halftime. Not many scoring opportunities for Steele since we had intermission. The Rangers, meanwhile, have gotten a couple of shots on goal, a couple of corner kicks as well, and, of course, the score by Bumgardner.
Really want to thank Anthony out here on the near side with those identifiable cleats, because the numbers are pretty small from this high vantage point. So I know I've gotten a couple of names wrong perhaps. It's just kind of the law of probabilities here. But when I know Julia's wearing the bright red cleats, very easy to identify.
And Bumgardner, ditto, wearing the neon green here tonight. We spoke about your jersey color earlier, Ben. When you played in gold, did you wear different colored cleats than your teammates as well?
I had a chrome pair of Nike cleats. This ball gets cleared away, but those were from my at that time it was my senior year was 2003, 2002, my junior year. This was when Nike soccer apparel was really starting to turn the corner and come out with some really cool stuff, and they had a pair of cleat called the Vapors, and at the time, Brant, these cleats were as light as track shoes. It was really kind of on the forefront of shoe design for soccer. It made you feel like you were faster. It was lighter, and I had mine in chrome. So, yeah, it kind of set me apart. The goalie with chrome shoes, yes.
Unbeaten streaks on the line for both teams tonight. Smithson Valley 5 in a row unbeaten. The Knights 2 straight. And the Rangers have won 3 straight matches, and again by wide margins. A couple of 5-0 wins and a 7-0 win as well. Most recently defeated Laredo United South last week by a 5-0 score. Reneker with a ball towards goal. Wouldn't call that a shot as Cousins scoops it away. And we'll send it off to a teammate with the Rangers on top 1-0, getting closer to the halfway point of the second half.
I don't want to go all back in my day, Brant, but one thing I'm really jealous of this generation of players is you get such a nice playing surface at this time of year. You go back to before these AstroTurf and matrix-type artificial turfs. You were playing on a football field that was after the season when a lot of things don't grow this time of year. And oftentimes with the crown for drainage, and so that ball would start to slip away from you on the outside.
And let's not forget, too, the time of year the sport is played. It's cold out there right now. Any contact's got to really sting. Steele trying to squeeze through a scoring chance there, but McKenna Bassel doesn't find a lane to get through, and the Rangers send it away.
Yeah, all I have to say is if you played soccer in this weather, and it's going to dip down into the 40s tonight, and up here in the hill country it's always cooler than it is in the city. But when you get a header, I think everybody knows what happens there. You just get a dislodge of mucus from your frontal lobe of your head, and it was always, we're playing in cold weather when that happened. It's also the other reason why I like playing goalie. You got to wear long sleeves.
And there Cousins wearing her long-sleeved orange jersey.
And pants.
Able to pick that one up. Now in the 15th minute, still 1-0 Rangers here in the second half, getting a goal in the 18th minute from Caitlin Bumgardner. Still no shots on goal in the second half for Steele. Boy, and there the Rangers got a nearly perfect pass up ahead to Anthony, but headed off by Steele's Emily Moore. And now the Knights throwing in from the touch, or no, it's going to be Smithson Valley's chance here. Demita Mendoza able to send it in to Cyphers. Not a clean pass there.
And she could have waited and collected. Not a lot of pressure there. Could have had time to get another touch on it to settle it. But nonetheless, here's Smithson Valley retaining possession. And here we are to Valdez to create.
Does have Bumgarner along the far side. Pass doesn't go her way. Back towards center pitch. Cyphers. Up to Dade. Just inside the touchline. Nothing develops there for Smithson Valley. Back comes Steele. Ranger defenders are back, though, and no scoring chance here for the Knights.
They had a counter attack mounted. They elected to go here into the corner space. I thought a through ball up ahead to Nelson might have been, or not Nelson, it would have been Reneker. Really would have been the play that could have got Steele something, but they elect to go to the corner and nothing there.
There, Ben, we see Cyphers send a pass to nobody. There are no teammates home there for her. What's the strategy on a play like that?
You got to take your mind out of football or basketball where you're passing to a player. Instead, you got to think like ultimate frisbee. I got to pass to a space and then let your player get there or run onto it. Oftentimes, if you really know your personnel offensively, you get to know, especially late in the game, who you're faster than on the defensive side. And so you talk about it and you say, give me that long ball to the space. I could beat player X here. And so you send that long ball. It may look like nobody's there, but your attacker with speed will be able to close that distance and beat the defender, and then you could gather in the corner and then set up an attack.
Here's Valdez. Bumgarner to the far side. Her defender, though, was back to cut it off. Rangers converge around the Knight defender, and Beauvais able to get it out of trouble. Centering it back to the back line. Rangers, though, cut that off. And Steele here just gets out of trouble. A poor pass in that situation could have led to a Rangers scoring chance.
You hear another opportunity here for Cyphers. This time gathers the ball, able to make a clean pass into space. It's just a better look instead of trying to one-time it out of the air. A little too heavy there with the pass, but Smithson Valley, with some of these mistakes, trying to connect midfield to the attacking third, still able to come out with possession, and you see a quick restart here. And I think this might even find its way back to Cousins, and it does. Yeah, this is a good restart for Smithson Valley. Kind of felt like they were trying to force it in, and you could bring it back, get Cousins involved, and start over, essentially. Continue to connect, Brand. This has got to be about the 10th or 11th pass in a row, and it continues.
By the way, scoring correction, it was the 8th minute of the second half for Bumgarner, as now we are in the 19th minute of the second half. 1-0, Rangers on top here, the 27-6A opener. They lost this match a year ago to Steele and did not lose another district game after that. Good pass up ahead. Here is Smith, but well played by Pulaski.
It's a little bit too much out in front, but that Brant, there's the look. You think Smith says, I have a beat on this defender, just give me some space to run, and that's the shot that Smithson Valley took. You know, as the goalkeeper in that scenario, I got one thing in mind. The ball is coming to me and away from the attacker, so I have an advantage there if I come out off my line and gather the ball near the top of the 18, and you saw Pulaski come out and do that.
And now the Knights for the touch will toss it in on this offensive third. Again, no shots on goal here in the second half for Steele halfway through. Goes right off the head of Mendoza. Haven't called her name a lot tonight, Demita Mendoza, the junior who was fourth of the team in assists a year ago, playing good defense here on this stretch. Reneker trying to fight through, centering pass hit away by Smithson Valley, and out of Valdez. Still no clean scoring looks for the Knights since halftime, and now Valdez has something going. A pass along the near side to Anthony, able to track it down just inside the touch line, sent out by the Knights, but the Rangers going to toss in here and really deep in the scoring zone right now against Steele.
You might be disappointed by that, but actually that's a great play. You allow Steele to take the ball out of bounds. Now it's a set play, a set piece in the attacking third with the throw. But not only that, Brant, this was a counterattack from Smithson Valley. It was mostly done with Anthem and Valdez, a little 1-2 game down the sideline. Now with the break in the action, you could get a set piece, and now you have the majority of Smithson Valley's team in the attacking third. They're going to put a full press here and attack the goal.
Langerlin out towards goal, headed away there by the Knights. This will be a corner kick now for Smithson Valley.
Now, if I'm a goalkeeper, I don't like that, but you got to be okay with that in that scenario. Just clear the ball any way that you can. It gets the ball out of danger only briefly, and here we have an outswinging corner kick from Cyphers. I think this is going to go to the back corner with some run-ins.
The pass from Cyphers. Header, not much of a shot there. Bumgarner was in the area as well. Back to Cyphers. Another pass, this one, nobody home. So 3 corners for the Rangers in the second half. None has led to a clean shot, and it remains a 1-0 game.
Yeah, header carried just a little bit, or the service ball into the 6-yard box. It carried a little bit too hard. And what you really want is your player to come out and put a physical head onto it. I think that was Casey Peak who took that opportunity for Smithson Valley, but she had to back up before she put her head on it, and that takes some velocity off the ball.
Bumgarner able to track it down 30 yards out. And the Rangers again keep it on the attacking third. Really aggressive play here in the second half. Have really made Pulaski sweat there in net. Pass into traffic, set away by Steele. Back towards midfield. Rangers able to keep it on the attacking third. Here's Valdez looking for a passing lane. And here is Mendoza.
This is excellent support by Mendoza. Sometimes you just got to come out from your defender position and support your midfield and your attacking players as this ball goes into the corner, and I think it's going to go out for a corner kick, signaled by the referee.
Well, I think maybe a break there for Smithson Valley. Thought the Rangers touched it last. Instead, the fourth quarter of the half coming up for the Rangers, and again getting it in will be Cyphers.
So this one from the left footer, again, Brant, as you're a goalkeeper, you're analyzing this. It's going to come with the bend that's going to carry the ball into the goal, so you have it in swinging. And we'll see what kind of set piece Smithson Valley has in store.
Cyphers the pass. Again, no shot there for the Rangers. Valdez on the deflection, keeps it alive. Day trying to get it away from Steele, able to track it down towards mid-pitch. Good job, though, by Steele to get it back. But the Ranger defense was back only one night on the attack. No shot there for Steele. Good effort, though, by Emily Bailey, the sophomore, to track it down as Cousins sends it away.
Yeah, situational soccer there for Steele. You don't want to go down 2-0 now with under 17 minutes left. So you jam-pack the defensive third box, and your counterattack suffers, but that's okay because you want to live to fight another day.
Cyphers. Centering pass deflected by Reneker. And now Dade. Far side of the pitch. Looking for Valdez.
They're trying to switch the field here. I thought they were going to try to keep it coming to Valdez and then eventually down to Overstreet.
And here's Bumgarner with Steele's defense back. Big ball off the knee of Mower there because Valdez had a good lane to get to. Off the deflection, Mendoza keeps it in. Centering pass, sent away by Steele. Back to Mendoza. Here's Valdez.
Watch her create, Brant.
The shot will miss wide. It remains 1-0.
She got a little antsy there, Brant. I wanted her to carry it a little bit more to the center and then feed a Bumgarner on a run.
You look there, though, the three-man game between Mendoza, Valdez, and Bumgarner. Really good against Steele's back line.
So Steele's playing back flat with somebody man-marking Bumgarner. So if you could play that 1-2 game to create a space, go through the space, you could hit Caitlin on a run.
Off of Reneker, Rangers will toss it in. In the 26th minute in the second half, still 1-0 Smithson Valley. Lone goal scored in the 8th minute of the half by Caitlin Bumgardner. Cyphers.
Yeah, good things happen when you switch the field like that. And just a unlucky play there. Smithson Valley turned down, and a good pick by Steele defensively.
That was Caitlin Smith on the attack for the Rangers. And Steele may have something here. 2 defenders are back for Smithson Valley.
If they could get help here on the backside.
The rest of the back line will join them. Reneker in the red shoes. Looking for a pass here in traffic. Can't really get a clean look. Great defense there by Casey Peak. Boy, Peak is bracketing her the entire way.
Wonderful.
And the Rangers will toss it in for the touch.
That is excellent one-on-one defending, Brant. Save that video clip because that is going to be sent out as a teaching tool. That's how you do it right there. Stay in front. Let her make the first move. Don't poke in. Don't create a cheap foul. You don't need to get a foul there. Just be patient. The ball the space will be created between her and the ball, and then you take your opportunity to clear it.
Peak wouldn't even let Reneker turn around.
No. That's well done.
Reneker again. Cyphers right there defensively along with Mendoza. And Cyphers comes away with it. Looking for Bumgardner. And now a free kick for Steele.
You got to be patient when you're playing that one-on-one defense, Brant. You know, as good as some of these girls are, eventually that ball is going to separate just enough from the player where you can make a play on it without it getting a foul.
From 36 yards away. Good pass to Reneker.
And Steele will retain possession. Here, still not out of trouble as a set piece here in the defensive third. I think they're going to get another one here as they inch closer and closer. Now you see Steele, they're not really bringing a lot of their midfield in. This is just help from their, 4 top players. They're guarding against the counterattack. They have players back.
Here's Valdez. Has 2 options, one at either side. Now to Bumgardner, the far side of the pitch. Has scored once already. This shot, though, no chance.
Brant, here's an example. You have the 2 referees and a trailing referee. I thought Caitlin might have been offsides there in an offside position when the ball was delivered, but because you had a trailing referee, he was not at a good angle to determine for sure if she was offsides, so the play is allowed to develop.
By the way, the Comal ISD is letting you into all home events for free as the Rangers are on the attack here. Bumgardner with that centering pass sent away by Steele. And now a pass in for the touch for the Knights. If you are at least 60 years old, you can qualify for a CISD Gold Card. Just call 830-221-2000. You could attend sporting events or fine arts events like plays and concerts or soccer matches for free. The Gold Card also makes a great gift, so get one for yourself or for a loved one today. Again, that number 830-221-2000.
I mentioned offsides. Brant, offsides is often confusing to a novice soccer watcher. As here we have Steele trying to get it in, but I think Smithson Valley is going to clear. And so I draw the parallel to football. Well, how do you define offsides in football? It's when a player is across the line of scrimmage before the play starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good definition. Well, let's just make that analogy to soccer, except this time you move the line of scrimmage to the last defender before the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes the line of scrimmage, and then we define, when the play starts, and that's defined in soccer as when the player with the ball serves it towards that player in the offside position. So if you're on offense and you are behind that last defender, when the ball is served to you, you are in an offsides position.
30th minute now of the second half. And again, the Rangers have posted 3 consecutive shutouts on top 1-0. Here's Valdez off the pass from Bumgardner.
Oh, clever.
Spins to her left. The shot, though, didn't get a great angle on it. Good defense there by Feli Montoya. But how about the moves there by Valdez, and a lot of traffic just outside the 6-yard box.
You got to trust your moves, and Brandt, I think of all the players on the field, she's the best ball handler. And it's like she has Velcro on her shoes there, not letting the ball get away. She's always seems like she has supreme control of the ball. She knows what she wants to do ahead of time. She knows where she is on the field. That's why she could just spin around and take a shot. She's very confident in her skills.
Mendoza took it away from Steele. Good pass to Valdez, weaving through traffic again. Valdez's shot will go wide again. But, you know, I go back to what we were discussing earlier. It's only a 1-0 score. The shots on goal in single figures for both teams, to include the Rangers. But right now, Crystal Pulaski is uncomfortable in goal for Steele.
Well, I think what we're seeing is whether it's Bumgardner or Valdez, there's a lot of cross movement. They're moving across the field from a left to right fashion, and that moves the lines of the defenders, and then they oftentimes pass against the grain, and that gets you as a goalkeeper moving left, then all of a sudden moving right. And then what we've seen on the past 2 possessions for Valdez, the ability to turn and shoot. And if you're a goalkeeper, you're comfortable with the player having their back to you, but when you know there's a threat that that player could turn and then shoot quickly, it brings a lot of anxiety to you.
Here's Dade. Looking to get it into the attacking third. Gets it back here. Centering pass to Demita Mendoza. Battling with Melody Donate, and the Rangers now get a free kick here. In the 32nd minute, leading 1-0.
I would take your time here. You could set something up, push the 2-goal lead, but more importantly, bleed some time off this clock.
Langerlin, a really good pass, and Caitlin Smith and Bumgardner were there just in front of the 6-yard box. But Pulaski right in position to scoop it up.
Those always made me nervous as a goalkeeper, those that bounce 4 or 5 yards in front of you. You're always worried about the ball bouncing over your head as you charged up on it, and oftentimes if the dew settles in, you get a kind of a slick bounce off of this artificial turf, so you're worried about that. And I think as the night goes on, you get more unsure of how the ball is going to bounce. Oh, play on, please. Yes, the referee says play on. That's a good defensive. That's a good play there by Langerlin, keeping the ball and keeping her body as a barrier between her and the defender.
Here's Bumgardner. The pass up ahead. Back towards center. Back to Bumgardner. The shot will dribble left of the net. Bumgardner, good look there. Good move again in traffic.
I thought that could have gone one of 2 ways, Brand. It could have been an earlier pass to Bumgardner as she came in on a run, give her a little through ball, or if you're Caitlin, you make that one more pass to the outside. I think you had Overstreet making that run here on the near side post.
Here's the corner. And the header sails wide right on that shot. Not many clean passes on the corners tonight for Smithson Valley.
It's tough, Brant. If you know anything about angles, it looks like you're able to put something in the vicinity, but as the ball continues to travel, that cone area of uncertainty begins to grow a little bit, and you aim small, miss small. At least Peak was able to get a good header on it, just unable to steer it in the right direction.
Steele looking for an opportunity here with the game winding down. Now in the 35th minute, 5 and change to go. Here's Mower. And the whistle is against Steele. Good play there from Smithson Valley defensively. And that was McKenna Graham there for the Rangers. Or check that, beg your pardon. It was Julia Anthem, the sophomore.
Yeah, red shoes.
Back defensively, that's right. Red shoes.
You got to use your cues. Here we are scrambling for rosters, and it's like, oh, yeah, she had red shoes on.
No shots, by the way, for Steele in this second half. Redeker trying to get something going, battling with Cyphers.
And here we go.
Reneker.
Nice 1-2 game, just couldn't connect.
Passed it away by Peak. And that's going to take some time off for Steele. Again, the Knights got it into the attacking third, no shots. And now Pulaski has to go all the way back to get it. It's going to take Steele at least another 60 seconds to get it into the attacking third if they do it all.
And they have to reshape, and here you go, a quick steal for Smithson Valley. And they have numbers and an advantage in the fact that everything was moving. Now, it was a 4-on-4 break there, but what I mean by that is you have the momentum pushing forward, and as the defensive players are retreating back to their goal, they don't know which way the attacking Rangers are going to run. So there you have an advantage against a defense that solely at that point is thinking, I just got to get back.
Here's Mendoza just inside of mid-pitch. Able to find a teammate. Here's Langerland. Now Anthony. A lot of Steele defense, though, back. No clear lane there for the Rangers. Up ahead of Reneker.
This is what you got to worry about, the quick counterattack if you send too many players up. Got to come out.
And Cousins does.
Wonderful.
Just ahead of Emily Bailey. And that may have been the best chance in the second half for Steele.
But, Brian, the conversation we had earlier, what happens if you're a goalkeeper and you haven't been tested in a while? You got to keep your mind sharp. There was a quick counterattack, and you had the ball come into danger, but Maddie Cousins not letting her head drift. She stays in tune with the game, comes up with the critical save, coming out to get the ball. Well claimed.
38th minute now. Day trying to wrestle it away and gets it. At least for the time being, Valdez now able to track it away from Aaron Bond. Back to the Steele back line. Just looking for a chance here in the game's final minutes. Sent away by Mendoza. Maybe a chance here for Bumgardner. In the clear, but Pulaski able to take it away just before Bumgardner got there for what would have been an easy Ranger goal.
I think Anthony wanted to come out and support, but you don't want to get beaten. An excellent pick right there by Cyphers. Ball into the corner. I think you got to hold it here. You don't want to try for the goal. Just get possession here. You got 2 minutes of game left. Just wind the clock down with possession.
Bumgardner is there in the area just outside the 6-yard box. Is this a corner for Smithson Valley? It is.
Well, let's see how Smithson Valley plays this here, Brant. As we have a number of Rangers coming up to support the corner, but Coach Adkins says call that off. We need players back to guard against the counterattack that could happen. So you have 3 Ranger defenders back. One kind of in mid-support and everybody else in. And this ball is going to swing in towards the goalkeeper.
Again, Cyphers on the corner. Good pass. A lot of contact.
Play on.
Here's Mendoza. Back towards center. Sent away by Steele. Backing it up is Peak. As you heard Ben say, the Rangers are using a lot of time here. They didn't get a shot on goal, but again, time is winding down for Steele. So that corner still took off about a good 45 seconds at the least.
You don't need to get ultra aggressive here offensively. You just got to find a way to depossess Steele, as Day just did there. Now hold it. Let's swing the ball back here to the near side. Hold possession. Even think about dumping it back to Cousins in the deep restart.
40th and final minute of regulation.
You could kill this clock by just possessing, and I think they got a little bit greedy trying to feed it to Valdez there. You could have gone around the horn here with the defense, and here's our counterattack we were trying to guard against. Cyphers with the physical play, and too many times to the cookie jar. Cyphers with the shoulder charge. Now with 10 seconds, the referee has not stopped the clock. He will officially do so now.
With 7 seconds to go.
The official clock, Brand, is held by the referee. And the scoreboard is just something for fans to kind of draw. It's supposed to be kind of a general clock, and oftentimes the ref and the clock are synced. But here you have a stoppage of play for an injured Steele Knight, and I'm sorry, it's number 20, but we don't have a 20 on the roster.
Correct.
So she's actually going to sit out as a sub comes in, and I think they're going to reset the clock here. The referee is saying
I believe he's asking for 12 seconds.
12 seconds. Of course, it would be helpful like in football where you have microphones that he could talk to us up here in the press box.
The clock now reads 17. We're just trying to base this on reading the officials' sign language here, for lack of a better term.
This is like a bad game of charades, but I think you're right. It needs to be 12.
He's holding up 10 fingers and then 2. And was pushing his hands down as if to take the clock down. 5 more seconds. It should read 12. In the meantime, Steele is getting its chance here set up.
12. I forgot I'm on cue there. Yelling at the people down the street from us.
The pass will come in from Schick.
They get it to 11, and I think that's good enough. The referee here will warn the players that I keep official time. And he says, yeah, he gives a thumbs up. That's good enough as the clock reads 11. The final chance for Steele is that Steele player is still down being attended to here on the track.
A very physical, scary collision, and Ben and I were speaking about this earlier with the temperatures being what they are. That hit was even harder down there on the pitch.
And for all intents and purposes, not a dirty play by Cyphers. Coming in with the shoulder, not extending an elbow, playing the player off the ball. It's very clean. I just think in that scenario, your referee, you're seeing Steele's trying to get back into this game. Was it a little too aggressive? Maybe. And so they give him the free kick. But I'll tell you, that might have been the 5th or 6th time we've seen Sarah come in and dislodge with extreme prejudice a player off the ball. And this might have been the only second time that she's been called.
And now the Gator is out, the vehicle, to escort the player to where she needs to go to be looked at by the medical staff.
You get a look here.
Steele.
This is Pulaski, the goalkeeper, coming in for an extra body for Steele. There's your sense of urgency right there. Open net, as they say in hockey. An extra player in for Steele. This ball delivered by a right footer is going to swing away from the goalkeeper. And I don't envision this being a direct shot on goal. But so many opportunities here. You got to play smart if you're Maddie Cousins. And I'm sorry, Maddie, I just don't know what else you could do. Just no real tactic here. Come out maybe 3 or 4 yards, stay on your toes, and be ready with your reaction.
This for the tie. Schick to send it in with an extra attacker. Centering pass. Too many Rangers back, and that will do it. Smithson Valley is off to a 1-0 start to 27 6-8 plays. They knock off the reigning district champion Steele Knights by a final of 1-0 at Ranger Stadium. A goal in the 8th minute of the second half from Caitlin Bumgarner is all the Rangers need as Smithson Valley posts its 4th consecutive shutout victory.
Wonderful game of soccer, Brand. I was telling our executive producer, Bowick, at halftime, this is good quality soccer on the high school level. You saw 2 competent teams. Not one team was overmatched, very evenly matched. Good goalkeeping play on both sides. We knew there was going to be low score because of that, but what we got was a very entertaining, well-played, a 1-0 decision here for Smithson Valley, and they'll take the upper hand as they start district.
We'll step aside, back to wrap things up here from Ranger Stadium. This is Smithson Valley Soccer on the Rangers Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal Independent School District, HEB, GVTC, Wick Productions, Ferris Orthodontics, Summerhill Dental, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, and Pizza Hut.
A look at the victorious Smithson Valley Rangers, and there you see number 19, Caitlin Bumgardner, scored the game winner in the 8th minute of the second half for her 10th goal this year. All the Rangers needed in a 1-0 district opening win over the Steele Knights. And by the way, in goal, Maddie Cousins with her 6th shutout this season. And honestly, though, Ben, Cousins didn't have a lot of work to do because the Rangers defensively just never gave Steele much to do, especially in the second half.
I think Ashley Dade was going to end up being one of the players of the games offensively for Smithson Valley. But as a whole, the stat of shutouts usually goes to the goalkeeper. But as a whole, as a defense, we'll extend it out. Brant, that's now 5 shutouts in their last 6 games.
Again, we have more Rangers soccer coming your way. Boys soccer on the air here on the Rangers Network on February 9th, a week from this Friday, as the Rangers host the Clemens Buffaloes. Kickoff is at 7:15, and our pre-match coverage will start at 7 o'clock. Be sure to subscribe right now to receive the Rangers Network broadcast schedule. Rangers Network is your home for all Smithson Valley High School athletics coverage. And with that, we're going to wrap up our broadcast here tonight. On behalf of our entire Rangers Network crew, I'm Brant Freeman saying once again the final score, Rangers 1, Steele 0. From Ranger Stadium, good night.